What's going on, YouTube? You are live, it says. Boynton Beach. What a beautiful day. We've got the cafe here, right on the beach. Look what they're looking at. How beautiful is that? And we are live and direct. Akon for a while, KJ for sheriff. What is up, guys? YouTube live. I was complaining about the editing that does tend to happen whenever YouTube is used to go live. And I didn't eat here, by the way, but if you guys want to see. Get you a snapshot of what's on the menu. And we're just saying, what's up, live and direct. I was complaining about YouTube live editing on Facebook. I was on Facebook doing that, but it's something that you got to deal with. I want to go live. I want to have the credibility of being able to go live and have the recording to be time stamped, even, you know, with a clear and defined depiction of what's going on and nothing skewed. But whenever they edit, I do have an issue with that. That's something that get this palm tree here. Can you walk up this one? I think we can. But we basically have these issues where we're trying to make sure that credibility is sustained within the journalistic realm, information gathering and information dissemination. So our collective consciousness is not bombarded with nonsense, and you know, we can take heed to beauty around us, admire it, learn to admire it, okay, fall in love with it, and then we go to the next level collectively. That's what it's gonna take. Look at this tree over here. So you're like, dang, Alan, why are you on vacation all the time? Hey, I spent hundreds and hundreds of days in completely illegitimate fashion, okay, incarceration. Never went to the prison system, but I did go to a military style boot camp for I mean, for reasons beyond legitimacy, okay. In the spiritual realm, yeah, it was legitimate. Alan had to go through all these things, but in the physical realm, in the natural law realm, you know, was that supposed to happen to me? No. Was, you know, the negative things that have happened to you in your life, were they supposed to happen? You can grow from them. But a lot of times the argument is, no, they absolutely should not have happened to you at all. So we see that we have something to deal with collectively, and that's all of our consciousness. Information dissemination needs to be something that's going to be uplifting. You want to talk about a bad character on YouTube? Bad characters are all the people that you're propping up. Those are the ones you're propping up. I mean, YouTube's trying to go after individuals that they don't like. They just be like, okay, well, you're not saying what we want you to say, so we're just going to target you, and then we're going to, you know, make sure that you're demonized in some way or completely throttled down. So you end up getting dope for president whenever we act like that. And so, you know, stupid little prick named Rick that thought he knew shit but didn't know shit pardon the language, but that's the realm we live in. We do need to understand that that is the realm we live in, that there are individuals. I'm about to swing for the first time in so long. I'm seriously swinging, y'all. I haven't done this since, what, elementary school, middle school or something? Anyways, but we basically get these situations where the sentiment is you do have to use strong language, strong assertion. Whenever you're talking about life, you need to make sure that it is preserved. Okay, I say truth, I say life. Truth and life are synonymous. Just like lawyer and liar are synonymous. It shouldn't be like that though. Okay, it doesn't have to be like that. It should never be like that. It's an inversion of reality. It's an inversion of the truth. But we find that if we work together and we stay positive with each other, resilient, we will accomplish great things. There are some major issues going on with China. Major people, I say major people, okay. Yeah, major entities, major businesses are all, look how beautiful this is, are all attacking Trump. And you ask yourself, why? Why are they attacking Trump? Because Trump has talked about uplifting the family and bringing about independence, which is the exact opposite of the inverted reality that has been portrayed upon the public as being the real deal from previous administrations. And it doesn't mean black or white or anything like that. Understand the root causes of anything. Understand where it came from. That's why I give you what I give you. Because good, bad, ugly, yeah, I'm putting it out there. We don't have to dwell on that. It doesn't define me, okay? What these people have done to me illegitimately, does not define me or you out there. Just because someone makes an accusation because they don't like you, because you're gonna call them out on something, that's what these people do. That's the nature of a child trying to get out of trouble, okay? We've all been there. You know, you're trying to get out of trouble. You did something you weren't supposed to do. You know, you're jumping around on the couch. You were told not to jump on the couch. You did it anyway. You know, so to speak, collectively, we've all been doing that. And we've got to say, look, we're going to break something. We're going to tear up the springs. We're going to, you know, end up bouncing off into the other direction and breaking the lamp or, you know, whatever. That's what's gone on. So we basically have to deal with that. And how do you deal with that? Like I said, consciousness, collective consciousness. You're not going to hear it in your church. They don't use that term. They will not use that word. And matter of fact, if you say it, I challenge you. Go in your church and say consciousness. Go in your church and challenge them to have a whole entire room full of hydroponics to supply the entire congregation. Challenge them to do that. That's a church. That's where beauty is going to thrive. Matter of fact, if you did anything like that in the community, you would be so successful that nobody's going to have any qualm with you, ever. We have to make sure that people feel loved, they feel like they're not alone, and that they can get resolve in their life, and that there is nothing hopeless in this world, that there is hope, okay? They want to attach this thing with school that you get the hope grant, and then you can lose all hope. I mean, think about that. They're attaching a name, one of the most precious words in human existence to, and I say they, the state of Georgia. A lot of times I talk to you as if that you are all, you're all just my friends because that's all that I've been limited to. And they're from Georgia. Most of the people that I know, they know me. I know them personally. I don't just friend people online, okay? If I don't know you, I've never shook your hand, you are extremely exceptional if you're actually on my Facebook, okay? And I'm just saying it's not some great thing to me. I'm not trying to say it's just so awesome that I have a Facebook and that I have these friends and all this stuff. I don't want that. This has been, I started out with Facebook with another name. My name is not Alan Thomas Watson when I started Facebook. It's the same account, but that's not what my name was. These people have forced me into making my name attached to the profile. Well, as soon as you do that, then they want to like try to use it against you or something. But I've always had my profile as in a private stance up until recently. And so recently, I've been trying to get the word out about what's happened to myself so that it doesn't happen to you out there. I saw a guy earlier, he looked like he could have been like a former Navy SEAL. He was with a little boy and they had a large shell they had found. Makes me want to get out there and look for some, but look how close the water is to the wall here. And I don't know the urban situation here, but you can bet that, you know, they took some damage, but you can see these guys are still doing pretty good there. But all this really is supposed to go a lot closer, but maybe one day, y'all, maybe one day we'll get to that level. But like I said, my profile when I first started out was private, completely private. And now it's through this forced, you know, mediation. They threaten, they say like, look, we're gonna, if you don't send us, if you don't change your name from, you know, this name that you gave us to what we think your name really is, see, they just automatically knew. Like, hey, we're gonna come and target you in Facebook, okay? You're either gonna give us a state-issued ID or else. You're gonna prove that your name is actually Tomahawk or else. Oh, because there couldn't be possibly anybody named Tomahawk on this earth. I'll name my child Tomahawk, okay? I mean, you got Tony Hawk, you know, change his name. He changed his name to Tom, you would have a Tomahawk, okay? I mean, but these people targeted me because of what I say and how powerful that I have made my movement against these people. When I'm in chess and I'm thinking 10 moves ahead, 20 moves ahead, whether or not I'm actually thinking about it or not, because it's subconsciously going on to defeat you, okay? It's always gonna go on like that. Anybody who is full of life and love is going to find a way around anything that would thwart life. And I just said yesterday, humans were thwarting life, didn't I? So now you're gonna see me in your face. But hey, I just basically do this because I want you guys to see the beauty, like what things could be, you know, as opposed to what they actually are. And I want you guys to know that we basically are all on the same team here, okay? And we basically have situations where these social media outlets, intermediary entities, are out of control. I don't care if it's government, I don't care if it's anybody that you collect, you give your information to do something with it, like I'm doing right now. I'm live right now with nobody watching, ever. Not one time, I think in the history of YouTube streaming, have I ever had anybody live watch me, okay? Never. And then, not only that, my subscribers never go up. And you're just like, well, that's just because you don't have a message or anything. Crazy as hell. I got the only message. I've already caught them in a lie about spreading my name around, you know, the KJ for Sheriff around Twitter. I've already caught them in that. These people are, I almost had 5 million posts. I mean, they made a mistake, I guess, you know, algorithm wise, and then that lets you know There's about 4 or 5 million intelligence agencies or intelligence entities or whatever looking at one person. One person, 5 million people looking at me. And you're like, well, damn, I mean, that's nothing. You know, Alan, I've got 40 million views from whatever Alex Jones says, like for the Obama deception. 40 million views, okay? And then the likes and all this stuff. You have no accountability at all. I promise you right now, there is a programmer that exists in this world. Unless he's been taken out, doesn't matter. He did work for YouTube, I promise you. That is involved with manipulating likes and dislikes. I guarantee you, I'll put my damn last penny on it. I promise you. Okay? So that is a manipulation of the consciousness, collective consciousness. Anybody doing that, enemy, stranger danger. You know, who's doing what with my information? Do I even own my iPhone? Even if I pay $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 for a phone, do I even own it? Because it will not operate with your own code because you don't have any code. You know, you can't fly. You could flash it, you could jailbreak it, but then that's when you have all the problems. Every person I've ever known to jailbreak their phone has had major, major problems. They try to jailbreak their phone, they try to get all these free apps or whatever. It's all over with. As soon as they get, I mean, you don't even know who you're opening yourself up to at that point. But at least with these companies, you have some accountability. But it's like, what you gonna do whenever there's a breach? Whenever there's a breach in the security, okay, what's the protocol? They do this all the time whenever you have credit card companies and so forth that get breached. They're like, oh, so we just lost valuable data. They just got, you know, somebody hacked it, quote unquote. They hacked it. One of your employees, you weren't paying right. One of them screwed up or whatever, or you made them screw up. You made them upset. That's what happens in a lot of these situations. You'll have these employees that are so unhappy because of the lack of understanding with the attachment of care to that fake, you know, dollar, the fake care, okay? The fake bill, okay? Attaching that to a plant, you know, a tree that's not sustainable, I mean, it's just insane. I mean, obviously, if you cut down a 300-year-old oak tree, all right, and it's still living, it's still breathing, it's still providing oxygen for all of humanity, and it's providing shade. I mean, you can't even name all of the processes that's going on. But the people that would cut down that tree, they'll cut it right down. They don't care about all the processes of life. They don't care. They just think that, hey, that's just, you know, it's just a tree. It'll grow back. Yeah, it'll grow back in how many years, you know, before that you can get anything good out of it again. So we gotta start thinking like that. Once we do, it's all over with. I know Alex has talked about recently, and you know, he's just been on top of this. I have to say his name because I've been following somebody like that, because that's me. I mean, anybody who's calling out humanity's BS is on my side. I mean, I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna look at your stuff. I'm gonna try to find out what's going on. But he was talking about the elites, quote unquote, having a system already designed that they know about. You know, I say they. It's just common. You would think common sense. Common sense meaning something that's in tune with life. That's the only sense that would be common. There's no other sense that's common. There's nothing else that makes sense. The truth makes sense. That's pretty common. I mean, it's the only thing. And so that's what we're all striving for. But guys, I love you guys. I just want to give you a piece of the beauty every time, as much as I can. Look at this beautiful, beautiful view. Let me switch this camera around and show you that, and so that we can enjoy all of the different capabilities. I'm trying to zoom there. Our focus, it wasn't letting me. Anyways, guys, just look around at the beauty. how beautiful it all is. And we will get to the next level eventually.